Hi guys, so today I want to show you guys a new smartwatch that I bought recently on the internet and hopefully be able to compare this a little bit to the popular U8 smartwatches that are out there that are very popular on the internet as well, based on some of the reviews that I've been seeing and whatnot. So first of all, this smartwatch that I bought is actually a CNPGD all-in-one watch, and I actually saw this on Amazon actually, and it was about 35 US or 40 US or so. And as you can see, it actually came in a box that looks just like a Samsung box, but of course it's not a Samsung. And the reason why I'm reviewing this is because yes, they are very expensive watches, but these I want to compare, as I say, this smartwatch to the other cheap watches smartwatches that are out there. That's watches that are less than 50 US. And so the most popular one is of course the U8 watch. One of the reasons why I actually got this CNPGD watch actually is because I really liked how it looked overall. So I'll be showing you guys the actual watch. So if you give me a second there, yeah. And this is what the watch actually looks like. It looks just like a Samsung Gear, and that was one of the reasons I actually liked it too, because it has a very nice aesthetic look. Now, comparing this watch to the U8 watches and the U8 similar watches, yeah, the DZ09 for example as well, you'll notice that this watch only came with a home button, which also acts as a power button. The U8 and the DZ09, some of them, they come with back buttons and the middle button and all these different buttons at the underneath of the watch, and that makes it look like an Android watch. But what I liked about this one was, as I say, it looks very similar to the Samsung Gear. It doesn't have the back buttons, so it doesn't show too much techie. Even though I want it to look a bit techie, I didn't want it to overdo on the techiness, if you know what I mean. So when I got this actual watch, there's another cool thing that I saw, and that was the actual back plate of the watch. Now, as you could see, if you could see very clearly or closely, there is a little eject area here that you can pull out, so you can actually pull the back end out. And once I can get it out, I'll show you guys something interesting about this watch. Now, this watch, it came separate. The parts came separate, but it's in the same box, of course, and you had to put it together. What I found was really cool was that the actual battery is sort of how's the word? The battery is the back of the watch, so there's no split, or there's no way when you pull out the watch itself, the back plate, that the battery falls. The battery will not fall because it's actually part of the back end. So I thought that was pretty cool about this particular smartwatch. And interestingly enough, the battery is a 450 mAh 3.7 lithium ion battery. So it should be able, actually I have used this watch for an entire day. Using it for an entire day of usage will run the battery down to about 1/3. So it may need charging in the night time if you use it for the entire day. They claim that standby time is about 5 days or 6 days. So I haven't been able to test it for that long, but I can say that the battery life is pretty fair considering the amount of use that I actually use it for, considering the fact that it's running Bluetooth and all this sort of stuff. Now, another interesting thing is that this watch came with headphones. So if you could see here, there's a pack of the headphones here, and you will notice, if you can notice very clearly, the headphone jack is actually a normal USB port. So I'm not too certain if you can get replacement headphones for these guys, but this watch, of course, as I said, it only has a USB port at the back, at the side, and this can be used not only to charge the watch, but to also use as headphones as well, which I thought was quite interesting. With that being said, one of the downsides of all of these watches, I don't think this is the only one, is that the port is of course open. There is no protection layer for the port. So if you were to be washing your hands with this phone, there's a chance that water could get into the port, short circuited. I don't know, probably even worse, probably if it short circuits the battery, it could explode. I'm not too certain, but other than that, this watch functioned really nice. One of the other interesting things about this watch is that this watch is also a phone. It means that you can actually add an SD card, which is on this side, and you can also add a SIM card, so it can actually act as a phone. However, I don't need it to act as a phone per se, because I already have a phone, a Samsung Note, and so I didn't try the SIM card in it, but of course I made calls and whatnot, so I'll try to go into a little more detail as we go along with this. So let me just put back in the battery, I'll power it on, and you'll see how the display looks like. Okay, so to power on the watch, which also could act as a phone, is you just press the power button, and it normally plays music, but I turned off the music. I don't like the idea of, you know, it coming on and making noise while I'm in a meeting of any sort. And the first thing you will notice is that this phone, if you could see it clearly without the reflection of the camera, is that it's pretty bright. This is actually the standard brightness of this watch, so I thought it was really cool. As you can see, it has already connected to my phone there. You see connected, and it now should act, or should be able to tell me when a phone call is happening. Now, interestingly enough, this is loud. The watch itself is loud enough for you to hear, but it isn't a boombox, for example. So I'll give you an example of what it sounds like. The fact, so we are already connected to the Bluetooth there, and I'll just make a test call if possible. One of the nice things about this watch as well is that the accuracy was amazing in terms of the QWERTY keyboard that it actually shows. You are actually able to type within the watch, and it picks it up really well. Okay, I'm trying to put on the Bluetooth there. Just give me a second. Okay, good. So you see that it's actually paired, and now we're going to try to make the call again. So when you actually get a call, you get it on the phone, and all you do is you answer it. So you have your hands here, and you just answer the watch, and then you can also speak into the watch, and the person is able to clearly hear you. So that, I also tested that, and it was really good. There was no complaints on the other side regarding they couldn't tell the difference whether I was on the phone or not. So that was really good. One of the other cool things is that once you install, once you connect them up, it asks you to sync data. As you can see, it asks you to sync the time. So you just click yes, and it synchronizes. Now, in order for you to get messages like what you're seeing there, you need to install the BT Notifications app, and that's a special app that runs on your phone and is able to notify you of when there's different messages coming from, for example, your WhatsApp or your Facebook, etc. It's able to read and see all of your SMS messages. What I couldn't get it to do was it wasn't able to read the WhatsApp messages. Even though it notified me that someone messaged me, it wasn't able to read the actual message from on the phone. With that being said, as you can see, it looks very similar to the Samsung look. Look at the time, and there's also different faces. You could change the different faces very simply. I like this one. I find this one is pretty cool, so I use this one. And it also comes with apps. So if I were to scroll to the left, you would see, if I could try to get this thing to, okay, right, good. You could see that there are different apps. So there's like the dialer, you can dial from here and it will dial on the phone. You can go to the phone book, and the phone book could actually synchronize with your contacts. So it actually loads my contacts there. Yeah, you see the contacts loaded. That was pretty cool as well. You can see call logs. It has an anti-loss feature, so that if the watch is too far away from the phone and can't connect, it actually warns you as well. So that was pretty cool as well. It comes with a pedometer, so it can check to see if you're walking enough, etc. An audio player. It comes with a messaging system. Of course, the settings. It comes with a file manager. It comes with an FM radio, but you need to have the headphones hooked up. It comes with a calendar, an alarm, multimedia, calculator, and a sleep monitor to see how you're sleeping. It comes with a remote capture feature as well. So the remote capture feature allows you to press a button on the phone and keep the phone up. So the phone acts as a camera and it's able to pick up photos like that. So the remote capture. And one interesting thing is that there was an app quick button, and when you click on this app quick button, you'll see that it gives you a QR code. And this QR code, you could use this QR code to download the Bluetooth notification app, which you will need. So it gives you the URL, and you download it and you install it on your phone, and then it's able to communicate with the watch. Overall, I think that this watch is really good in terms of the quality. It also actually came with a screen guard, so they actually installed the screen guard one time on it, so that was pretty cool as well too. So in terms for $35, you can't go wrong regarding this watch, and I say it's a pretty good buy. I do like the watch. I think it has been useful so far. It also has an auto shutdown feature, so you can actually shut down. You can actually set it for certain times for the watch to shut down and then start back up, which was really cool as well too. And it was really simple to get going. So overall, I think it's a good buy. If you have the money, I think it's a really good buy compared to buying, of course, an expensive smartwatch that is over $100 US. This smartwatch will definitely be useful to you. And as I said, it was very easy to set up. So I hope that you enjoyed this review of the CNPGD all-in-one smartwatch, and I hope to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe, like some of the videos, see some of my other videos. I don't just only do hardware reviews, I also do up close and personal magnification reviews, which are kind of interesting as well too. Sometimes I do science projects. It depends on what I do. So please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again. Thanks very much again. Take care and bye-bye.